Good morning, passport holders. Today, January 11, 2018. Almost did that. Day 1168 of the vlogs, obviously. I am in the car with Ben. We've been driving for about an hour and a half now, and I've almost made the final ascent up to Flag. And, dude, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. We are an hour and a half in, like you said, and we just saw snow, which is pretty cool. Haven't seen that in a while.
He's going to be seeing a lot of it on this trip and a heck of a lot more where you're going. So, you know, we're doing a stretch day today here to Oklahoma City. All things said and done, 15 hours of driving plus stops and things like that. So we're looking at 16 plus hours with the time change. So it's going to be a stretch, but we're going to make it happen. And if we fall a little bit short, it's not the end of the world, but it does make everything easier if we end up doing that. But it's time to turn off the cameras, enjoy this run up to Flag, and who knows what we have for the rest of the day. The transition to the 40 East, our first eastbound highway. And we're on it. Yay! Fuel stop number 1 complete. Potato bread cheeseburger from a gas station. This is an epic first meal choice.
It's got 2 types of cheese.
All right, guys, we're probably gonna miss it because of the trucks over here, but in between them, you might see it on the GoPro. We are crossing in to the state of New Mexico. Ben's doing his first state crossing today, and if everything works out, he might do all 4. Woohoo! So we're gonna make the change up here in Gallups. It's only about another 20 miles of the road, keeping things simple, and yeah, you know, Ben's still feeling good, which I've offered twice now to take over, but it is what it is. He's happy, strong.
Hello, passport holders. Are they passport holders? Passport holders. This is Ben from Retro Game Beat, RGB. Please check it out. We are on our trip to Maine. Cade from A Ticket Anywhere has very nicely agreed to come along and do all of the driving there. Very impressive. I'm just getting half the driving. So, yes, we set out this morning about 6 a.m. and we are heading that way for the first stop. I think we're going to be doing Oklahoma City if we can, or maybe Amarillo. We'll see how far we get. Then also we are heading from there. We're going to head over to Columbus, Ohio, providing the weather permits, and then on to Portland, Maine. So what Kate asked me to do, the reason that we are making this little cross-country trip is because myself and my lovely wife are planning to move there. I'm going first to secure employment, and then we are heading there to start a new life, be with some other friends, and basically go live in a seaside town like Portland, with about, I think, 65,000 people, something like that. A lot smaller state than I'm used to, living in Phoenix. But yeah, so we're heading there. We are, I guess, kick-starting our new lives. Trying to start a family. You know, it's a lot of white picket fences out there, so super lovely. I'm sure Kate will grab some footage of that once we do get there. But Maine's a lovely state. You should check it out. It is vacation land, is the license plate motto, so it definitely lives up to that name. We visited there a few times, maybe once a year for the past few years, and we loved it. So now we are moving out there. So if there are any potential employers out there, feel free to request my resume through RGB, for I am looking, so and good looking. So yeah, we are heading that way, and yeah, we're gonna hit some cold. It's gonna be a little different to Arizona, obviously. We come from the land of the desert, and we're going to the land of the snow. So we'll see how that goes. I have my warm weather clothes or cold weather clothes in the back, and we will be rocking those shortly, probably once we leave Oklahoma City on day 2. Thoreau. Spelt wrong. In 1 mile. So you don't play car games, huh?
Really, dude, you gotta remember, like, the vast majority of the time that I was on the road trip, I was in the car completely alone. Like, there was nobody else to play a card game with, so it wasn't like, okay, hey, like, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna do this. Like, that's when I brought up, like, the letters on the side of the road thing, like, or on the side of the mountain. Like,
that's a stupid game.
Yeah, well,
okay, sorry, letters on the side of the road. He explained this earlier. He looked for rock formations in the shape of letters. That's like beautiful mind looking for, intricate patterns that aren't there.
I got like 21 letters during the road trip. So it's kind of one of these things where it's like I was still looking for my X. I'm still looking for, I think it was Z. But I got my U. I'm pretty sure about that I got it documented somewhere. So it's like one of these things where it's like, it's not insane.
You documented this?
Yeah, it was all on the road trip, bro. It's all documented. I thought about doing a montage video.
On a Ticket Anywhere?
Yeah. I thought about doing a montage video of all of those, and then I never got around to doing it because I obviously got back to Phoenix and I got back to work. So...
All right, if he sees a letter during this trip and we film it and he's not driving, I get to slap him. So what game... Yeah, you wanted the lights on?
It's a requirement.
Oh.
It's a safety corridor in the state.
The safety corridor.
Upside of having done this before.
I'm just not reading signs. It's
not your job any longer.
Yes. And I have a flippant disregard for safety. So.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. So when you were solo doing your long drives, what games did you play with your imaginary partner as cabin fever slowly?
It never happened that way. It was really interesting because I would sit there and I would either listen to a podcast, I'd listen to music, or I'd sit there and I would set aside like a 60 to 90 minute session inside the day where I would just not listen to anything. It would just be in this kind of meditative state where it was, all right, cool, I know that I'm not stopping until, this place, or hotel, or this restaurant that I've pre-selected, or this, attraction for whatever reason, right? I wanted to go see the Corn Palace in Iowa.
Okay.
And so I'd sit there and I'd just like have like this 90-minute calm period of like, just thinking about things and watching the cars and playing, like, in some respect, games with other drivers where I'd sit there and be like, okay, hey, how can we get into a flow where we're going around these truckers in such a way, or hey, can we create space so that dude doing the on-ramp doesn't have to break his stride in order to like sail right in and not have to be worried about anything. So that's the kind of stuff that I used to do. More than play games, it was more kind of like in my own head and then a little bit with stuff outside.
No, that's cool. I mean, that sounds really... All right, so we're not going to do any of that on this
Thanks,
trip.
buddy.
You're welcome. When did the sun move there?
The road changed.
Just adjust something.
The road changed, but secondarily, Ben has now figured out why all my systems are modular, because we literally just took apart 3 other things that were freestanding and put them together like Legos so that he can watch his MLG stuff or his, streaming video game stuff.
It's Overwatch, League, Game 1, Day Part 2, whatever.
He has found a way through the systems, and I apologize in advance if things get a little shaky, to mount it directly to the window and have it be hung over his face. It's amazing, he says.
It is amazing. You're not going to sit there watching me watch this game.
No.
All right, so now we're rolling into Albuquerque, hitting a little traffic finally. Haven't had that for most of the trip.
Most? We haven't had traffic at all. We didn't see traffic at Fly. We didn't see traffic at Phoenix. We haven't seen traffic at the border. We haven't seen traffic, period.
No, I guess not, really. I mean, well, it's pretty good. So what do we know about Albuquerque?
Not much. I've been here multiple times, but I don't know any kind of facts about it because I very rarely use this as a pit stop. This is normally the transition for me to head up into Colorado or to head through to Texas and Wichita, Kansas.
Okay, well, let's see here. Its modern downtown core contrasts with Old Town Albuquerque, dating to the city's 1706 founding as a Spanish colony.
Yes, we're here. I guess we should probably do it this way. Stare into the sun. Since we're not going to be doing it anymore today.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, I know. We both. I lost mine. He forgot his. Awesome stuff. But we're here in Tucumcari or something like that, New Mexico, getting ready to cross over the Texas state line, and time for another driver change. So no more me on the front seat.
My
Or at
turn.
least no driving for me. So I get to work. Yeah. Clinton's captions are up next. So I think that the car just hit 5/8 right there.
It did, yes.
May be able to see it, maybe looking at 4/8 and a 9, but
No, so you're still good.
still good at 5/8. That's amazing. Like, you know, we've seen so many little weird things in my car over, you know, miles, you know, hitting the 100,000 mile mark, et cetera, and yeah. Sat there and just, I've set it in my head. I was like, wait, how many miles do we have? And I put a little alarm clock on my wrist in order to tell me to stop running the time lapse. And then I was like, I got a couple minutes. And I started working again, getting stuff done for Clintus's captions. I'm like, I don't know, 4 minutes in on this video already. And I was like, the alarm in my head went, I should talk to Ben about something. And I just went, whoa, what are we at it?
I was going to drive right.
Flow zone, loving it. But 4 p.m. at least here in New Mexico for another whatever. I think it's like 12 or 15 miles before we hit the border. And yeah, our first little car milestone here, and second crossing of the day.
It's really boring.
Yeah,
It's
you guys.
flat, and it's got tall grass.
Gonna be even more this way in Oklahoma, dude. Get ready.
There's a lot of trucks.
Yep.
And oh, did I mention the tall grass?
Yeah, it's tall grass. Tall grass.
And trucks.
And trucks and pickup trucks and semi trucks. Trucks.
If you like trucks, it's great.
We are now leaving the state of New Mexico. You may or may not have been able to see that if that wide angle lens was good enough behind this, but we have been here on I-40 before passport holders way back in the day. We have seen these Texas signs here, El Paso, Oklahoma, all over Louisiana. But here is Texas, son. Pew pew. So, making good time still. It's only 6 p.m. local time, 5 p.m. AZ time. We're here in Amarillo already. Ben's got about an hour left on his drive shift, and then I've got my final 3. We're in Oklahoma City if everything goes well. So, continuing to get things done, continuing to hang wins on the board. I'm about halfway done with Clintus's episode. I should be able to finish it before it's time for me to drive. Let's get back on the road. If rumor mill is correct, this is the building that actually inspired a building inside of cars for, what is it, to Radiator Springs? So yeah, there it is right there. Good fun. Well guys, we made the driver change back at Shamrock, which is why you saw that Route 66, you know, building, all that cool stuff. There's zero chance that you're going to be able to see us, and I don't want to turn on an interior light to blind me because it's dark and it's the middle of Texas with no street lights. So we should be coming up any minute here on the Texas-Oklahoma state line. Ben, how did you feel after that last little jaunt in the driver's seat?
I feel pretty good, Kate.
Ben?
I had a lot of coffee. Actually, and energy drinks.
Yeah.
So, no, we're doing good. Yep. About to maybe an hour and a half from, or 2 hours, from Oklahoma City. First leg out of the way. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was telling Ben, he didn't believe me at first, but door to door, we're going to do over 1,000 miles today to start. So that's a solid day 1, and it makes it much easier for us to have good days 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Oh, we got a bunch of signs coming up. What do we got?
Let's see.
We have gas at exit 1. Beckham County. That's got to be.
That is Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. And a Korean War Veterans Memorial Highway.
Texola, marker 1, and I think that, or this one up here is what it says.
Oh, thank goodness, a way station.
No, the white one, you ding dong.
Oh. Old truck's right lane.
Oh,
good job, Cade. Nailed it.
I'm trying.
Nailed it on the head.
I'm trying. I want you to see it too. And
My way station one was closer to being
True.
correct.
True. I will give you that. Well, with exit 5 in front of us, I guess there is not a state sign here on 40. Or we missed it.
Son of a.
another 150 plus miles to go, and Ben's got to call his wife and figure out the hotel situation. So, see you when we get to the hotel.
As the Canadians say, peace out!
Alright guys, so it is 10:20 local time. So we did this in about 15 hours, all things said and done, door to door with the hour time difference. Obviously it makes it 10 p.m. We grabbed some fast food, came directly here to the hotel, have pulled out all the mission critical things out of the car. And so that's kind of it at this point. And we're just kind of, I'm going to go to work on Clintus's stuff and then start the vlog edit and start potentially even doing the upload if I get it all done before I gotta go to bed, because I gotta go to bed in an hour and 40 minutes, and that's gonna be it. So, Ben, congratulations on a successful first day.
Very nice, very nice.
And what was the reason why we chose this place, or you chose this place? Was
because the name is a pun. It is the American Inn. I-N-N, American. It's very funny.
That's what we're doing.
I like puns.
He's very punny. So, but thank you so much for your time and your attention, and I gotta get to work on this stuff. Hope to see you back tomorrow as we do, hopefully, weather permitting, Oklahoma City to Columbus. But thanks so much for your time and attention. Bye for now.